Rapelier has it now in the high slot, near side. Back to Rapelier at the top. He winds, shoots, block. Here comes Derek Barron. Barron has a breakaway from the blue line. The game on his stick. Derek Barron scores! Derek Barron wins the game for the Lumber Kings. And pouring over the bench, 2 huge points here at home, and they're in a playoff position on February 1st, tomorrow morning.
What an end to this game, and you're going to see it right here. Completely gassed, but he had a breakaway from the red line. And just like Felber tried to do earlier, but this time he went top shelf, right over his shoulder of Polino, and it's celebration time here at the Pembroke Memorial Center.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, the boys are going, they're thanking the crowd. Maybe one of the better games we've seen so far in this building, Kyle. It's pretty loud in here. The fans were really hoping to come away with those 2 points, and, you know, this is just a really good example of basically the team delivering what the fans want. And it was a really exciting game, and I like Barron for the finish, and there he was on a breakaway from the red line. I mean, he had enough time to almost confuse himself.
Well, what a way to end it, especially with a game like this, and the stakes were so high for both teams. More so in the Pembroke Lumber Kings' favor because they're gunning for that final playoff spot. And wow, Barron must be just completely out of gas, and he's going to get showered, I'm sure, with the Gatorade juggle after this. So just an outstanding finish for both teams, and we're so glad you could be here a part of this. I'm Kyle Robinson alongside Josh Coleman, and wow, what an ending.
Oh man, it was a storybook ending for a real storybook game. I mean, if you were with us for all 3 periods, I mean, both teams, they were back and forth. It was north-south. Both ways, there was some big hits. You know, there was a little bit of chippy play. We're wondering if Kiel was going to get going there with Burke, but cooler heads prevailed. They just wanted to play some hockey out there, and it was All-Star Weekend in the NHL. It was kind of All-Star Weekend here at the Memorial Center as well. We saw some really big stops and some really nice goals. As we're getting a look at some of the highlights here, this game was a real beauty.
Yep, and you can't ask for much more, especially from these 2 teams who played a hard 60-plus minutes, and it's been absolutely wild to play that tempo of hockey for 60-plus minutes, and there's not really much more we can ask from any team. Ottawa should go home with their heads held high. They played an awesome road game, but the Lumber Kings, they're going to be celebrating this one for a while and hopefully carry that on into the game on the road this week.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ottawa might look at the standings and say, oh, geez, we couldn't get 2 points against Pembroke, but you weren't here. If you weren't here to see the game, you don't know exactly how exciting it was, and it doesn't matter about the standings. And any given night, any team can win. If you come to the rink with the right attitude and you work hard for 60, and in this case 60-plus minutes, you're going to get the result you deserve. And in this case, I do think the Lumber Kings got the result that they deserved. A bit of a weird one there with the goal being called back, but they end up with the 2 points.
Well, our next telecast here on TV Cogeco will be the first place Carleton Place Canadians taking on the Lumber Kings. That's coming at you on Sunday, February 28th, beginning at 7 o'clock here live at the Pembroke Memorial Center. And we expect that one to be just as intense as this one, as we are going to say goodnight here from the Pembroke Memorial Center. The Ottawa Jr. Senators were in town, but they came up short, losing in overtime. 4-3 to the Pembroke Lumber Kings here at the Memorial Center. For Josh Coleman, I'm Kyle Robinson. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.